So you've just seen the competitors, now it's time to put them up against each other in order to find out which opponent can be considered worthy enough to be the best Super Smash Bros. Game. What a great fighting franchise! Just take all the existing Nintendo characters and randomly force them to fight against each other. Genius. So with all these great competitors in the series, let's get on with it and rank them from worst to best. If you're familiar with this ranking series, you'll know that I rank various games in different video game series and sub-series, and I have a lot more ranking videos to come. So just hit subscribe if you want to know when the next ranking videos are released. And as always, I reveal the next ranking video at the end of this one. So without further ado, let's start up this list and just get on to the ranking.
Ready? Go!
The first contestant to be knocked out is always a tricky task because all of these games are fun and enjoyable. But why don't we begin this list with a game that began the entire Super Smash Bros. Series? And it's called Super Smash Bros. Simple, I love it. And the simplicity is not just in the title, but also in everything that this game has. It is truly Smash in its simplest form. This time, you really only got two modes, Versus and Single Player. Versus is pretty well what you expect nowadays in Smash, just with less customizable options. And the Single Player mode was a lot more simple than what we have now. It was one set of fighters to face, with some bonus stages in the mix, that you fight in the same order every time for every character. It was just a different time back then. You can't expect this game to have all these different bells and whistles that Smash games today have. But that's really one of the big reasons as to why it's last on the list. The other Smash games do have all the bells, whistles, and extra features that this game doesn't. They all build and expanded upon this simple formula. But for the time, this game was super revolutionary about its take on a fighting game. Like, I'm pretty sure this game invented the entire concept of platform fighting games. I don't remember any games like this before this one, and I'm too lazy to do the research. Most fighters back then had a health bar on the characters with pretty flat stages. Smash took this formula and flipped it on its head. Now you're trying to increase the opponent's percentage, which makes it easier to fling them off the stage. And the stages could get way more dynamic too than what we were used to. But still, there are some things about this game I like better than other Smash games. For one, board the platforms and break the targets. These were awesome side modes. Break the targets did return a few times, but slowly faded out of Smash existence, and board the platforms was only in this one. Each character had a specific level designed around their own moveset, and these modes were great to showcase and learn how to use each character's different abilities. Overall, Smash 64 has easily aged the most, definitely has the most clunky gameplay today, and broken features, but I don't even want to get into that. However, I still do enjoy playing this game today, and if you're playing it with some friends, it will be a great experience. Oh, plus the stages are fantastic in this one. I just want to throw that in there. Now we're getting on to the Smash game where I guess they forgot to title it or something because it's called Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Yes, the first Smash Bros. On handheld, as clearly made obvious by the title. And that was the greatest thing about this Smash Bros. You can play it on the go. Kids nowadays are spoiled with their portable Switch playing any home console anywhere, but back then, well, I mean the Switch wasn't around back then. Yeah, that's all there really is to this statement. Basically, all this game was the Wii U version of Smash with a bit less features, a few tweaks here and there, and ported to the 3DS. And that's pretty great! The Wii U version had a lot of great features and new characters added to it. The stages were a bit different between the two various games, but honestly, I think the 3DS one got the better stages, especially with this Rainbow Road Mario Kart stage. Another thing exclusive to the 3DS version is Smash Run. And it's a pretty sweet mode. You first gotta traverse this like 2D side-scroller level to defeat a bunch of enemies in order to power yourself up with more like speed, attack, or whatnot. Then you use those power-ups to face off against powered-up opponents in various challenges. This mode I actually wish was brought back and made more accessible to more people. However, there are a few reasons that this game is so low in the ranking. For starters, it just feels like the most pointless Smash to play now. Literally, as soon as the Wii U version came out, everyone stopped playing this one. Plus, the control setup is really not optimal. Most versions of the 3DS lack a C-stick, and it's just a really cramped controller to play Smash on. While fine for other 3DS games, It really gets in the way for a game as precise as Smash Brothers. And the whole point of Smash is to be able to play with your friends. However, this is easily the hardest Smash Brothers games to do so. You'll need 2 3DSs and 2 copies of this game just to play with one other friend. And don't even get me started if 4 players are trying to play now. And there's even lag for local wireless play, even if the 3DSs are right next to each other, making it really hard to just play with a buddy. The 3DS one is a very solid addition in the series, but it lacks a lot of features other games have, and is really not an optimal setup nowadays. Alright, enough of these handheld Smash Brothers games. We need a solid home console version. We just looked at the one for the 3DS, so why don't we transition over to the one for the Wii U? Okay, say what you will about the Wii U, one thing that it had was a very great Smash Brothers game. This was the first time I really felt they were nailing the controls in the Smash Brothers series. While Brawl did feel a bit casual and Melee felt a bit more competitive and precise, Smash Wii U felt like a good middle ground that appealed to both sides of Smash players. I'd describe this game as a really cleaned up version of Smash. Even little things like changing up how ledges work. Now you can no longer hog the ledge when you're hanging onto it, but you'll get booted off if someone else grabs it. May seem pretty minor, but this now allows for a lot more offstage fighting, which just creates more tense scenarios. Plus, while we did get Snake in Brawl, this was like the first time they went crazy with the third-party characters. Just to name a few, there's now Ryu, Pac-Man, and even Mega Man. What? Capcom doesn't even like Mega Man anymore, but he still makes it in Smash. That's epic. And they added a bunch of new stages too. The online was actually pretty fun in this game, especially coming from Brawl, which was, well, something else. They turned it into a mostly great mode. There was simple options to choose from, different playstyles for different types of players, and the online was free too. My big complaint though, as to why it's lower than other games, it's because what happened to the other modes in this game? Target Smash is now this boring hit-a-bomb game. Single player has this weird choose-a-path dynamic. Don't even get me started with Smash Tour, and they don't even have an adventure mode anymore. Don't get me wrong, this is a really fun game that really started polishing up the Smash gameplay, but it's just missing a few things. The next game we have here actually came out before the one on the Wii U, but it is still an excellent Super Smash Bros. Game. And the community around this game is, dedicated to say the least. This is Smash Bros. Melee. This game easily added the most new modes out of any other Smash game in the entire series. It took Smash 64 and added All-Star Mode, Adventure, Event Match, Home Run Contest, Special Melee, Multi-Man Melee, and even collectible trophies. Definitely a lot of variety in this game. You could just see the passion that the creators put in every detail in this game. And discovering what it had to offer was all part of the fun too. Like, how cool was it when you were just playing along in some event matches, then you had to team up with Zelda to fight this big ginger monster boy. And after that, you unlock him as a playable fighter. I had no idea what this roster was when I first played this game, and it was always a great surprise just stumbling upon a new fighter you haven't unlocked yet. This is something that's slowly been lost over the years, with the entire roster being released on the internet and in reveal trailers. There's no mystery in Smash anymore. So it was great discovering all this game had to offer. I love the event matches that they introduced. They were all a bunch of unique mini challenges that were sometimes based off scenarios in different Nintendo games. And other times you just fight on a giant trophy. There's a lot of different events. They also introduced trophies in this game, and they are some of the greatest collectibles in any video game. You can unlock 3D models from various different Nintendo games that all give you a backstory from where they came from. And there's this little casino game where you can buy new trophies using your in-game coins. The more coins you put in the machine increases your chances of getting a new trophy. But I didn't know this when I was a kid, so you could be sure I was pretty pissed off when I didn't get 20 trophies after putting in 20 coins. I still feel ripped off. As well as classic mode, this game also has an awesome adventure mode. It was cool to see all these different franchises being connected to one another in a very vague storyline. Plus, it also had some awesome extra levels in this mode. A few nitpicks though with this game is that it can feel a bit dated in the controls. This is because you do need to be really precise with your inputs in this game, making it harder to learn, but having a huge skill ceiling at the highest level. Still very fun to control though, it's just not as smooth as Smash is now. Melee is definitely a classic. And now we're down to the final two games, Brawl or Ultimate? Ultimate or Brawl? That's the question. I'll spare you the build-up and the details, and we'll just get on to the number 2 spot. It's Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In this game, you could tell that there was a noticeable attempt to make it more grand and epic than any other Smash game. The main theme showcases this quite well, this time being a fully orchestrated opera that just sets the stage for what kind of game this is right when you start it up. And it's just a good main theme too, come on. They went with a more realistic art style, complete with realistic gene textures on Mario's overalls, and this style was alright. I do prefer the less realistic, more cartoony versions of Smash Bros. Like we have it now, but looking back, it definitely gave Brawl a distinct look to it. One part of the game where I loved how this style was used was in the single player mode, the Subspace Emissary. Side note, but this is like the best mode in any Smash Bros. Games to date. Well, except for the main fighting part of the game, but best other mode, whatever you want to call it. It told an epic and compelling story that was grander than ever. You had to try and save this Smash Brothers world of sorts from being consumed in this dark subspace. This story could get dark, sad, epic, emotional, funny, and it's crazy that this was all made up from various Nintendo characters. It was awesome to see all these characters interact with one another in the cutscenes. They all acted perfectly in character, all without a single line of dialogue. Also, all of the great additions of Melee were also back once again in this game, such as All-Star Mode, the Stadium Challenges, and a crap ton of event matches. There's even 2-player mode event match that had exclusive 2-player events. Also, they introduced a stage builder in this game, and while it was flawed compared to what we have now, it was a great concept for Smash. And they also included a bunch of challenges for players to complete. These would all unlock awesome prizes such as new music pieces, trophies, or even stages. The gameplay was a bit more slowed down than Melee, and it was alright. Certainly easier to pick up and learn than Melee, but it can feel a bit too slow at times. And yeah, tripping sucks, but there are still so many great things to love about this game that it had to be way up here on the ranking. Okay, here's the deal. Smash Ultimate basically took the Wii U version and injected it with like Smash steroids. That's what they did. This was a hard decision to make. While Smash Ultimate is my favorite Smash Bros. Game, it was hard to judge this because Brawl did certain things better than Ultimate and vice versa. Brawl had all of the side modes down pat, an amazing single player mode and other fun and interesting game types. But the gameplay was more stiff and it didn't have as much characters. Ultimate, on the other hand, was literally the exact opposite. It lacked other interesting modes compared to what Brawl had. The World of Light was pretty good, but nothing compared to Subspace. And it didn't even have a target smash or even collectible trophies from previous games. However, this game had perfected the core gameplay of Smash Bros. Every character controls perfectly and all of the moves feel satisfying to land. This also has to be the most balanced Smash game. While there are still good and bad characters, no character is downright unusable, so now more than ever it comes down to the skill of the player. Plus, there are the most characters, stages, and even music tracks in this game than ever before. Like, way more of each of these. I can't even see which stage I want to select half the time with all of them here. And the character selection is ridiculous. As of right now, there are 88 total characters, and with the DLC characters continuously being added, we are on track for over 90 very soon. Also, there are so many third-party characters now. This doesn't even feel like a Nintendo game anymore. It's like a video game crossover fighter now. The online portion of the game, while still flawed in many areas, has many different features and options. Firstly, there's the standard Smash against other random people, but now you can play in online tournaments too. There's also a feature to share your clips with other people as well. And the best thing that you can share are the stages that you've made in the stage builder of this game. And yeah, I guess I should probably mention mention that this game has the best stage builder in any Smash Brothers game. You can have like different layers now, movable objects, and of course the ability to draw your stage. I know the Wii U one did start this drawable stages thing, but this game has a lot of extra stuff that you can add to your stages compared to that one. Literally, you can make other games within this game by using the stage builder. Overall, while this game lacks other modes from previous Smash games, it perfects the core gameplay of Smash Brothers, and that's honestly what I value more in a Smash game. Plus, with all of these different customizable options in the game, you can kind of create substitutes for these modes. And that was Smash Brothers, everybody. It was great ranking these games, and oh, hang on a sec. Looks like I just got an email on my phone. You know, being popular and all. Oh, it's an invite to a party, in fact. It's an invite to Mario's party. Don't recall giving that guy my email, but I think I should still head there in the next video. I'll see you guys then.